Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talk. I hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Today, got a kind of a cool video, I think, to talk about. I know some people will agree, some people won't agree, and I'm basing this video off of a comment I really got a few minutes ago. I had two videos in debate. I'll tell you which one I'm going to do here in a minute, but I'll tell you the headline on the other one, and I'll probably still do it. I'm on the fence of getting rid of all my cryptocurrency. Little by little, it's feeling like one big psyop. It almost seems predictable now when I watch it, but you guys know I don't get much sleep. I spend a lot of time watching the charts. I draw out patterns of it on where I see it going. And when I see the patterns play out, it's crazy. Not to mention, it seems like every cryptocurrency almost patterns Bitcoin like it's all one big game, essentially. And so I've been looking into this whole possibility of it being a psyop because of when Bitcoin came out and all this. And really, when you think about it, everybody's just piling their money into crypto. And why are they piling it into crypto? Because they see crypto as some big win, get rich quick scheme. And they think it's going to go to the moon. And it's a possibility it will. But on the flip side, there's a possibility that they don't want you realizing the truth about gold and silver. And so they want you to put your money elsewhere. That's one video that I wanted to shoot, but instead I decided at the last minute to shoot a video because I had a comment about essentially people's opinions. And I really like that one in a way because I can't say this enough. I was one of those negative people towards gold and silver. I say it all the time, and when I think about it, I feel bad, not only because of how I, maybe teased people that had a similar belief on that, a belief in gold and silver, but also that I missed out on it in 2000 when silver was $5 and gold was $400. And some of y'all may have heard this story before, and if you did, you may not get as much from the video, but if you have heard the story, you may still get a little bit of tips and ideas that's important to think about, not just because of gold and silver, but political difference in beliefs. A lot of people nowadays, it seems like to me, are closed off. I know someone stepped out of her car the other day to take a picture because she had Trump flags running the whole length of her property, and she thought it was so cool that she jumped out of her car to take a picture. And the woman came out screaming at her. And she's like, no, I support Trump. And then all of a sudden they loved each other. And it's funny because people are quick to jump on other people's opinions. And if you don't agree with the person telling the story, you're missing out, I believe. Because listening to a second opinion, especially an opinion that opposes yours, because let's be honest, a lot of people that watch this channel are silver stackers. You're gold stackers. You already have formed an opinion that probably matches mine, and that's why you have taken a quick minute to hit that subscribe button, because you think similar to me when it comes to precious metals, and so you like the channel. Or you're a prepper and you subscribe because of that, or maybe you're a homestead person, or different little things that we've done in the past. But like-minded people literally tend to flock together. And because of that, you don't always get the secondary side of things. I try to make it a point to always listen to the opposition. Because had I listened to the opposition in 2000, I would be in a really good place. Now, was I lucky in 2000? 100%. So in 2000, I was serving in the Middle East. I was in the military. I was young. I was over there away from at the time, my girlfriend / soon-to-be fiance at that time. And I didn't like it out there, I'll be honest. I enjoyed the travel. I enjoyed, the people. But what was really happening on the side note was I was making more money in the stock market on the .coms and the NASDAQs, on the NASDAQ, than I was essentially going to work every day and risking my life. So I was lucky. I was in IT. I mostly sat at a computer. I know some people will be like, you weren't risking your life. You were sitting at a computer. And to a point, maybe that's true. But if you're over there, you're putting yourself in harm's way. no matter what. But needless to say, I would spend a lot of my day watching the stock market, especially in the evenings. That was just the way the time change worked. And so it was easy for me to watch what was going on. And I would always check my investments every day. And I would sit down with a buddy of mine and I'd be like, dude, why are we here? We're making more money in the stock market than doing this job. And one of my buddies, another friend of mine, came over one day and said, hey, you ought to consider buying precious metals, gold and silver. I said, what? I said, what do they look like? And he showed me. And he goes, hey, what are you doing this evening? We went to what they call the gold souk, and it is incredible. If you've never seen pictures, Google it, the gold souk. I mean, there's just rooms and rooms and rooms full of nothing but shops that sell gold and silver. It is insane. Anything you want crafted in gold or silver, they'll craft for you. I mean, at the time, I had my wedding bands done in pure 24 karat gold. Picked up a nice gold necklace, 2 ounces of pure 24 karat gold. They don't water their gold down. It's pure. It's as pure as it gets. And on top of that, they have some really cool silver and gold items. And it was opportunity. Tax-free, you could buy it out there. Granted, here in the U.S., we don't pay taxes today on it, but back then, I'm guessing pretty much you had to pay taxes on it back then, because a lot of these laws are newer, and in my opinion, excuse me, I'm catching a little bit of a cold, so bear with me on that. But a lot of these laws are changing now. Due to politicians realizing what's happening to the dollar. And I think the states want you to buy gold and silver. Some states do, and they want that gold and silver to come all the way into their state, all the way up to, especially Texas, who actually has a gold and silver depository now. Needless to say, I kind of laughed at that. I scoffed at it, and, I teased the guy a little bit about how he was buying coins that look like the ones you see in front of me. And it didn't make sense. And anything he said almost fell on deaf ears. Did I read about it? Nope. Did I look into it? Nope. Did I cast an opinion? Yep. And my opinion was not favorable. It wasn't until 2011, I was working offshore on a rig, and someone had asked me about that necklace. We were talking, and he goes, hey, you want to sell it? I'll buy it off you. I said, I don't even know what it's worth now. And needless to say, that $800 2 ounce 24 karat gold pure gold necklace was currently worth $4,000. And I only bought it for essentially a what if. The guy said, look, buy the necklace, it's $800. It looks cool on you, and if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're in big trouble, anywhere in the world, that 2 ounce gold necklace, I guarantee you, will get you out of it. And people will recognize that as what it is. It's gold. It's real money. And so I ended up doing that. And I still had it. And today, fast forward to today, and that's, now you're talking a $5,000 gold necklace, easy. Just for a necklace, which is kind of interesting. However, at the time I had opportunity to get into gold and silver. And today there's a lot of people that are naysayers on gold and silver, and a lot of people that will try to give you their opinions, whether they're for or against it. But a lot of people don't want to hear it. I mean, I love hearing people's opinions. When they can sit down with me and give me a rational opinion. I almost got lucky and got to film a video with someone when I was up in Maine who was a real knowledgeable old man, and he was totally against it. And I wished I had done a video with him. I told him next time I come back, I was going to sit down with him. I've done videos with the guy before, early in my channel days, on other topics, specifically antiques. And I really want to get his opinion because, I mean, I don't understand. I had a great conversation with him, but I didn't record it the first time. And so I said I want to do it again on video. Not because I want to tease him or I want him to tease me, but because I like hearing opposite to my thinking. if you only hear one type of news, whether that be Fox or CNN, you're probably only going to get one side of the story. I have some people like, why do you waste your time watching CNBC, Fox, and NBC, or different channel news networks that don't really, they're one-sided. Whether that's pro-Trump and that's it, or pro-Biden and that's it. It's good because I like making my arguments, I like making my debates, and I like hearing what they're thinking. When I know how someone's thinking, we'll say what's going on in Ukraine right now. If you're a pro-Biden supporter and I tell you, Biden is, let's say you're a Catholic. I heard this come up the other day. I said, Biden's pro-abortion. What are your thoughts on that? You're a diehard Catholic. And they're like, what? And then I said, look it up. Look up how he's voted. And usually they wonder, am I in the right? I said, I told them, I made a joke. I said, I love Biden too, because all this money we're sending to Ukraine and we're propping them up. That's awesome. Unfortunately, we're paying higher prices here at home, but hey, we got to keep Ukraine safe. And let all these people come in. I'm not worried about a secure border. These people have rights to come here too. And it's funny when you know what they're for and you know what they're against and you hear their opinions. When it comes to gold and silver, stuff's getting more expensive, but gold and silver is going up. A lot of people are unhappy that stuff's getting more expensive, and yet they will say that gold and silver is not a safe place to put your money. But yet it's going up too. I'm a firm believer in gold and silver, and I like hearing other people's opinions, and I especially like swaying other people's opinions. The person that doesn't have a good foundation on what they believe in will usually sway their answer quicker than you if you have a solid foundation. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you have a pretty solid foundation on gold and silver, I think. But a lot of people out there, they don't understand. They didn't take the time to really even research it. They're just quick to say, oh, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. Or, the dollar is the world reserve currency. It can never come down. They're basing that off of what they've seen in the last 40 years, we'll say. One thing they're not saying is, what have you seen in the last 40 years? You've seen prices go up. It only makes sense. Gold and silver is going to keep going up. And yeah, you might see some big jump, $50 silver, and then all of a sudden it slowly filters back down because it overshot its mark. But it's something worth thinking about. I think with that being said, I think I've given you guys a little bit to think about. And when you hear other people talking negative, take a few minutes just to pick their brains, talk to them a little bit, and you might be able to turn them to the other side. So, and that will only support gold and silver in the long run, I believe, as more people get into it. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you hit the thumbs up. Hope you subscribed. And I hope you left me a comment and let me know your opinion. Take care, everybody, and have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.